everyone. Greetings for today and welcome to today's webinar. The topic for today's webinar is social social engineering attacks in COVID 2019. I'm the anchor for today, Jafpreet Desai from Brilliance in You, and I would like to tell you about the wonderful organization that is working as an open community in 10 countries. Brilliant in You is an open community which is working for emerging technologies, ML, AI, computer vision, deep learning, and blockchain. We are an open community and we do webinars, conferences, seminars on research paper, articles, and magazines. You can find the YouTube link and the website in the description box below. So to present today's topic, we have a very beautiful lady who is the true example of beauty and brains, Miss Shifa Cyclewala. She is an entrepreneur and a public speaker and the founder of Hectify Security Solutions. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much for the kind gesture and welcome. So let's start.
Yeah, sure.
So I would like to introduce myself. My name is Shifa Cyclewala. I am the founder of Hacktify Cybersecurity. My company works towards training students about cybersecurity and ethical hacking. So before starting with the day, I have created a short presentation to explain you more about social engineering and terms. So I'll share my slide. Yeah. I hope it's visible, right?
Yes, ma'am, it's totally visible.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So I'll start with the slides. So today, as you said, the topic is social engineering attacks in COVID-19. So before jumping directly towards this topic, I would like to introduce what social engineering is. So here is my introduction. You have already introduced me in such a good way, so I'll skip this slide. So what is social engineering? Social engineering is something which is psychological manipulation of people into performing actions and then taking out confidential information from a particular person is commonly known as social engineering. It is considered to be an attack which doesn't need any tool. It's just human and their mistakes. This is an image I find very suitable for the example of social engineering. So what is the root cause? How this social engineering happens? So it happens through imposter phone calls. It may happen when you do unsafe browsing. When you go on any random website, click on something which is not legitimate, and so it might happen. Oversharing about yourself on social media. So oversharing your details about to some strangers on social media may also create this social engineering, a powerful platform to attack. Roughly around 156 million phishing emails are sent globally in a day. So you can imagine how big this is and how chaos this social engineering is creating nowadays. So here we have different types of social engineering. One of it is shoulder surfing. So what does it mean? So it means you can clearly see from the image that looking someone's from behind its shoulders when they are entering their confidential information. So it's known as shoulder surfing. And then we have dumpster diving. Dumpster diving is a type of attack wherein you find out some critical information from rubbish or garbage. You can find out some confidential information of papers, and then that can be used to perform an attack. Is known as dumpster diving. So what to do in such cases when you are about to make your confidential papers or something into dump? So make sure that you shred it, you tear it, and then you make it to the dustbins. Then we have another thing that is impersonation. Impersonation is something wherein someone will be pretending that they are not. That means they may dress as a pizza delivery guy, they may behave as a bank manager or employee. This can be done virtually as well through phone calls, emails, etc. We might have got so many random calls from people saying that they are from banks, They ask us for card numbers, pins, etc. So it is not legitimate to share information with such people because they are doing impersonation. They are hiding their own identity and try to become someone else, and then they are trying to find out our confidential information. It's been shown before every movies that we should not share information to such random people. So that this is what impersonation is. And then we have a very strong type of social engineering, that is phishing. Phishing is something wherein you create something looks very similar to other thing. Let's say I am creating a website which looks very similar to Paytm. So the one who are not so technical may fall for it and then will pay to my fake Paytm website. That is known as phishing. So here is the definition of phishing, which shows a fraud which is made out of deception is known as phishing, wherein an attacker hides its identity, wears a mask, and behaves as a legitimate source. He tends to behave as a legitimate source, but in reality he is not. He just tends to behave. This is known as phishing. So why phishing? Phishing because we are human and we have a tendency to get lured. Each time when we see a bumper sale going on, we tend to get lured. We get attracted towards it. So this is how they take advantages of us. They create so much sale, discount, that kind of posters just to lure us. And we humans fall for it. And then they become successful and this phishing happens. So here I have different types of phishing, wherein we have smishing, whaling, spear phishing, wishing. So these are some types. Phishing is basically when you get random calls. It's voice over phishing. Then SMS phishing, whaling is something wherein an attacker tries to attack to a person who holds values to the organization, such as CEO, CFO of the company. And then spear phishing is something wherein we tend to attack someone. It's point to point phishing. Let's say one person wants to attack some other person. Let's say I know something about you, and that is you like to shop from Zara a lot. You keep on looking for Zara vouchers, discount vouchers online, and that I have seen. So what I have thought of is I have thought of a scenario that I want to attack her, and I know how to do that because she loves Zara a lot. Whenever she gets a mail of Zara voucher, she'll go crazy. So that kind of scenario I'll make thinking of you. So when a person thinks of another person and then they create a scenario, it is known as one-to-one phishing. Spear phishing. I am thinking of someone and then I am creating my scenario just to infect the other person, is known as spear phishing. This is not bulk or mass phishing. Generally in phishing, we see the attacker tend to send more than 1,000 emails to different person. If some of them might be caught, so still their things will work out. But then in spear phishing, we have one-to-one. I know my specific target. So how hard is to fish? It is not at all hard. You just drop it and the fishes will automatically come to you. So I have ID and homograph attack, which is a very famous technique of doing phishing. So wherein an attacker uses different characters from different alphabets, like Cyrillic, Greek, Latin American, etc. So how do they use it? Earlier, when it was less technology, less people were aware about it. So they used to use this kind of technique wherein Microsoft is not equal to Microsoft. And initially people used to fall for this as well, because in URL bar you see very small sized alphabet and you cannot differentiate between these two. So Microsoft is not equal to RN Microsoft. So what the attackers used to do, they used to take this RN Microsoft domain and they used to host a website which looks very similar to Microsoft.com onto that domain. So whatever you are supposed to pay to Microsoft will be transferred to this RN Microsoft account. So this is how it used to happen. But now there are so many like us who know that this is a fake domain and we can easily identify with the spelling errors. So IDN homograph attack takes place here. Uh, I went to the domain buying website. What I did, I tried to buy PayPal.com, but then it said it's taken. You cannot buy this website. But after some time, when I visited, it says, okay, you can take this website in $8.28 a year. So how does I made this possible? Because at the place of L, I am not using this L. I am using a Cyrillic alphabet, that is Palochka over here. So the domain I am trying to get is PayPal, PAYPA, and then the other line is not L, it's Palochka from Cyrillic alphabet.com. So the domain hosting website is happily giving me this domain in $8, and I can host a website which looks very similar to PayPal.com onto this domain, and I can fool so many people. And some of the technical people may also not catch me because there is no spelling error when you see in the address bar. So this advance is now phishing. So this is very tricky. So how to avoid this phishing? First of all, I would say control your emotions. Do not fall for everything at first.
Very
Yeah, do not fall for it. Analyze, alert, and try to avoid such things. Uh, just do your analyzation. Even if you are not technical, just try to figure out if what kind of attacks that are running around you. So try to make yourself aware of those attacks. Verify the source. Source is very important. Make sure that you only log in through HTTPS. You are not logging through HTTP or some random website. So that you have to make sure. And then you have to keep yourself so updated about any latest news. We keep ourselves updated mostly towards Bollywood news, what is trending, what fashion is going on. So apart from this, you should keep yourself updated about so many attack factors, what new techniques the attackers are using. Read about it and you will be safe from all these attacks. Keep your browsers updated, because when your browser is updated, so a person like me who is good with identifying the phishing links and all, so I may mark the link as spam. So you will get an alert onto your browser saying this is a suspicious link detected by so many other users. So still, would you like to continue? So this is how you will be alerted through browser. So keep your browsers always updated. And then do not fall for this fake pop-ups. We tend to get this kind of pop-ups daily. So what are the scams during COVID-19? So here I have found out some scams which happened during COVID-19. The one this scam, fake UPI scam, I have named it. So we all know that our Prime Minister has started a scheme for charity known as PM Care Funds. It's been very famous, and so many individuals from different society and community are trying to help the other people who are below poverty line, and we want to fight it all together. So it is a very good initiative, I feel. But at a very same time, there are so many scammers. What they have done is they have created so many other UPIs which look similar to PM Cares. Let's say PM Cares at the rate PNB, PM Cares at the rate HDFC Bank, PM Care at the rate Yes Bank. All the other UPIs apart from PM Cares at the rate SBI are fake. It has been claimed by Economic Times and so many other magazines. So you can see how they are trying to take up the situation and then trying to take out some money out of people who in this times, in this hard times when everyone is thinking about fighting against this situation, but then there are so many who are trying to spoof people and taking. And these UPIs are also very famous, and so many amount has been transferred to this UPIs as well. So then it comes in picture when this goes viral, and then every newspaper and everything has come up with an article saying that all these are fake apart from PM Cares at the rate SBI. One I find here very similar is PM Care at the rate SBI. So we tend to make mistakes over here. So this is the very first scam which happened. The another is COVID-19 maps. initially we were very curious that how this, what all people are infected, what all areas they are infected in, so that we can stay safe from them. So this is what we tend to think, and everyone was trying to search online about this COVID-19 map kind of thing. So an attacker had created a COVID-19 map. Along with that map, when you download that map, there was a spyware which will be downloaded in your system. So what spyware does is spyware uh, tracks you. How do they do it? So using camera, microphone, everything of your phone, they used to track. So when you download this app, automatically the attacker will get all your sessions, all your microphone details, camera, what all is stored in your internal storage. So this is basically known as a spyware, which monitors you all the time, all your activities. So this is how they have created an attack full on spyware with the name COVID-19 map. This was again exposed by so many good hackers, and then it was released, and so many articles were then published on it. And then I am sure you might have also got this message. We know Jio is a company who have initially given us so many months of data for free to use for their advertisement purpose, and also to make India more digital. Their initiative was. So this was very good gesture of Jio. But then in this hard times, we tend to get this message. So many of us has got this message. Even I got this on WhatsApp. So news, Jio and Facebook are giving 25 GB data daily for 6 months to all the Jio users over this lockdown in COVID-19. And then you have to download a app, and the link is given below. So when you download this app, this is nothing other than a spyware, which I have discussed in the previous slide. So spyware is something which monitors you all the time. So this is what happens once you'll download this application. So again, this goes viral, and then so many researchers has found out that this link is totally fake, and this spies you all the time. And then so many newspapers and articles has published this links as fake links. So this is what I have made for this presentation, and then now we can go ahead with the discussion. I hope you liked it.
Very wonderful and informative presentation, ma'am. And
I stop sharing screen, yeah, so that I can see you whole.
yeah,
Yeah.
thank you for this presentation. At least we all know how we can save ourselves. At this time of COVID-19, still we have so many things to face, like our health and social security issues are rising more. Thank you for this
Yes.
presentation, ma'am. And now we can head towards the question.
Yeah.
What are the basic type of phishing and how we can avoid them?
Okay, so phishing types, I guess I have already discussed in the slide, but still I would like to repeat that the types of phishing are smishing, whaling, spear phishing, and there are so many small categories of phishing. And then how can you prevent it? So the main and the first thing is that you have to stay yourself so alert and keep yourself updated about this latest news which is happening around you. So phishing ka key is only the thing that you have to be so alert and updated about each and everything. Before clicking any random link, I would say you should be suspicious that why am I clicking on this link?
Very nicely said. What are social engineering toolkits and how they can help us?
Okay, so social engineering toolkit is one of the most efficient tool with social engineering and phishing tools inside it. So how can this help is it contains the templates of various websites, let's say Facebook, Snapchat, etc., to perform phishing, and various tools to clone the website and make the custom phishing websites too. Let's say you want to create a website which looks similar to my website. So this social engineering toolkit will help you do that. And it also contains some list of Windows and Linux exploits which can be used.
Very wonderfully explained. Ma'am,
Yeah.
can you tell that there is one more thing that are SQL injection attacks? What are they and how we can overcome them?
SQL injection attack, is a technical bug. It doesn't comes under the social engineering, but SQL injection is like one of the nightmare for developers, we can say, as it is the most dangerous type of vulnerability which arises due to not properly sanitizing the input and interpreting the queries at the times. In SQL injection, an attacker is able to take the complete access of the database of any website which contains the details like email IDs, passwords, address, credit card details, and so on. Moreover, I would like to say the application that we are using currently, Zoom app, recently its data has also been breached, so all its users and the data was there on sale on deep and dark web. So now they have fixed it,
For
but then
nothing is
it is
safe these
advisable to
days.
all the user. Hmm?
So nothing is
What can
safe
you?
like these days. Even Zoom is not safe.
Yeah. And also, in these days, I have found out that Zoom meeting was in hype because everyone has shifted remotely, that everyone is now working
Right.
from home for video conferencing and everything. Zoom is considered to be the best. So, so many attackers have developed Zoom clones, the application which looks similar to Zoom, and then they send you some links to connect, and then they create this free webinars, connect through this link, and then when you try to download that Zoom, it's another Zoom which looks similar to Zoom. So this is how the attackers tend to behave, and then makes you download something else.
Okay. So it means that we have to be more aware in whatever we do.
A lot.
Okay, ma'am. Can you describe what are different types of attacking community and how they are working?
So according to me, there are three different types of hackers or attackers. They are considered as white, black, and gray. So white hat hackers like us who are working for the society, who are working for the good deeds, who are educating the people about different vectors, who are showing the possibilities. So we are cybersecurity professionals who work all time for private or government organization to secure their organization. On the other hand, we have this black hat hackers who all time works for creating chaos, who are the scammers who actually create this malicious softwares, etc., to harm others for their selfish purposes. And gray hat hacker is combination of both black and white. It depends on totally on their mood. So let's say I am hired by some organization, and I am tend to do a good work, but then in testing I find out some information. I get lewd, and then I did some black activity. So I am considered as a gray hat hacker. So it does both the activities depending on their mood.
Okay, ma'am. The next question is, what is the future of job market in the cyber attack industry?
Security. Okay. So I have done a seminar in totally on this, that what is the job market in cybersecurity. So a few slides I remember is uh, since 2016 there is 0% unemployment in this field, which is very rare in globally. So if you are an cybersecurity engineer, you won't be unemployed. This has been researched and said. And also a lot of big names like IBM, Google, Facebook, etc. have claimed that they are going to hire bumper in the field of cybersecurity, because we are getting digital day by day. Everything from morning to evening, we spend 70 to 90% of our time using internet. Everything is at our fingertips. So making sure of the security is a very big concern, and each and every organization wants to safeguard themselves from these data breaches, cyber attacks, and so on. So that's why it's a huge demand of cyber security. Until and unless we are using this internet and digitalization, the need of cyber security engineers would increase and increase.
That's great, ma'am. My last question for you is how we can avoid the situation in this lockdown time. Like phishing
Okay.
is growing and we are facing so much of threat. How we can avoid it?
Yeah, you have to make sure that whatever you are clicking belongs to a very genuine source. You are like you are visiting a legitimate website. It holds HTTPS. It is not HTTP. And then you have to keep yourself. Do not fall for a research shows that so many hike in the domain name purchase has been increased. The domain name to create fake websites, the keyword they have selected is corona covid-19, this kind of website. Whenever you see someone is trying to share this kind of link to you, so please do not click it. And also a research shows that so many people used to get email from subject line was WHO prevention guidelines, download an attachment. So with that attachment, they send you a malware or a ransomware which will infect your system. So I would say do not click anything once it comes to downloading anything into your computer. Do not trust anyone at this time. And also do not forward message, I would say, because I see a lot of people without verifying what is the source, what is the link, they tend to forward this. As we have seen in the previous pictures, that 25 GB free internet, no one had verified, but what they have done it to 100 different people, they have started forwarding it. So this is making more chaos than the attacker doing it. A lot of people unintentionally forwarding it. So please do not forward any information which is not verified at your end at this time at least.
Very well said, ma'am. Precaution and awareness is the key to keep yourself and your fiber connection safe. So be aware.
Right.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful time and sharing such informative and generous information with us regarding the securities and regarding the things we can adopt to stay safe in this lockdown situation. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your
Thank you.
time.
Thank you so much for conducting it. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.